Hello everybody, it's me Charlotte, and today I'm going to show you guys how to knit the rice stitch. This is the right side of the work. I don't know if you can see it that well. And this is the back side. As you can see, both sides look pretty awesome. So I don't really think there's a wrong side or a right side to this stitch because you can use either or. That's what I like about it. And it's super easy. Definitely a beginner friendly. It's only a 2-row repeat, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, it goes really fast. So before we get into it though, real quick, I want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. Thank you for liking and commenting and sharing my videos. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so now. And if you'd like to follow me on Facebook, there will be a link in the description below. Alright, how to knit the rice stitch. Like I said, I don't know if it's showing up on camera that well, but it's a very textured like stitch, and the back I think looks pretty awesome too. Now, I've been reading some of my comments, and I agree with you when you all say that it's hard to see this yarn and these needles and with the background. So I took some of your suggestions and I went and I've gotten some lighter, bulkier yarn with some bigger, different colored needles. Now I may have went to the extreme. These are 9mm needles, and this yarn here I believe is, let me see, it is a super bulky, size 6. So I don't know, maybe I went too extreme. I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments below if this yarn and needles work out. Okay, back to the rice stitch. You need to cast on multiples of 2 plus 1. And if you're brand new and you have no clue what that means, I'm going to tell you. You want to make your slip knot. So I'm going to make a slip knot. And I'm going to be honest, I have not worked with needles this big in quite some time. This may be a little awkward. Alright, we're going to make our slip knot, and like I said, multiples of 2 plus 1, and what that means is your slip knot counts as 1, so you're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2, and then at the very end is where you're going to add on your plus whatever number. In this case, it's a plus 1. So we did multiples of 2 plus 1, so we went 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, until we got to the length we desired, and then we just added our plus 1 at the end. So that is multiples of 2 plus 1. Alright, the first row. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this because this yarn is very bulky. For the first row, row 1, what you're going to do, and it's also considered the right side row, but like we've discussed earlier in the video, there is no wrong or right side because both sides look great. So, row 1 is you're going to start with a purl. You're going to purl 1. To purl 1, you just want to make sure that your working yarn is up front. Insert your right needle into the front of that stitch. Take your working yarn that's up front, wrap it around counterclockwise, and bring it through. That was a purl. Now we're going to knit through the back loop. Now normally we knit like this, right? Knitting through the back loop, we're going to see our back loop in the back of our needle. We're going to take our right needle here and we're just going to put it in between the two and go through the back loop. And knit 1 through the back loop. Now we're going to purl 1. I don't know if I like knitting with big bulky yarn and big old needles, but that's what we're doing today. Again, knit through the back loop. That's the repeat, guys. You're going to purl 1, knit through the back loop, purl 1, knit through the back loop, purl 1, knit through the back loop. So that's what we're doing. I don't like working with straight big needles. Oh well. We'll get it done. I'm used to little circulars or DPNs. I don't think I've knit with big bulky yarn in a very long time. So it's kind of interesting. It's kind of fun. Again, back loop, and we're going to end with a purl 1. Okay, that was row 1. Row 1 was purl 1, knit through the back loop, purl 1, knit through the back loop. Row 2 is even easier. Row 2 is just knit all the stitches. So we're just going to knit all the stitches. It's definitely different, I will tell you, knitting with bulky yarn and big needles. If you haven't done it in a while, you should try it. Your work probably grows really, really fast. Okay, so row 2 was just knit all the stitches. And then you just repeat rows 1 and rows 2. So again, row 1, real quick, I'm sure you guys have this memorized, is you're going to purl all your stitches, or purl all your stitches, purl your first stitch. That didn't confuse you. Purl the first one, knit through the back loop on the second one, purl 1. Make sure your working yarn is in the back when you knit through the back loop. Bring your working yarn forward to purl. Working yarn back in the back to knit through the back loop. I'm going to do a slow demonstration of knitting through the back loop, just in case you guys don't know. You have your stitch, we're going to knit through the back loop. If you kind of turn it this way, my camera, not that great. We've been over this before a million times. Alright. You're just going to go through, you have your front loop here, you have a back loop back here. You just want to insert your needle so you're going through the back loop. Again, purl the next one, knit through the back loop, and then you're going to end with a purl 1. Okay. Then row 2 is just going to be knit all stitches. Easy enough, right guys? And if you use a big bulky yarn, it goes really fast. Okay, I'm not going to bore you anymore watching me knit with this. It's got to be, I don't know. It didn't feel comfortable knitting with big old bulky yarn and big old needles. But this is what it looks like after quite some time. I don't know if my camera is picking up the texture of this stitch, but it is very nice. And this here is considered the wrong side, but again, I think both sides are great. I would really like to try this with a bigger size needle and like a 4 yarn, a worsted weight yarn with like a bigger size needle. I think it would make it a little bit more looser. It would probably drape a little better. I think that would be really nice. You could use this for a scarf. You could use this. You could do a whole blanket like this, like a baby blanket if you wanted to. It would even be nice if you wanted to do like a sample blanket of different stitches. Just make sure that your numbers add up. But yeah, that's the rice stitch, and I think it's pretty easy, beginner friendly, definitely, and pretty easy to remember. So that's going to be it for today, guys. Sorry this video is probably way too long for what it consists of, but if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out tremendously. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so now. And if you'd like to follow me on Facebook, that link will be in the description below. Alright guys, until next time, I hope you all have a super wonderful, fabulous day, and happy knitting. Bye!